welcome back. Wasn't it nice giving the ladies a plug there as Adventist people? And it's nice to have a little religion. A letter. Back to reality. Rick, I want to draw your attention and that of the whole of St. Lucia to the plight of the residents of Massac and Ottawa in Anse-la-Raye. I hope I pronounced that right. Can you believe that in this 21st century, on the eve of general elections, in a country preparing for Cricket World Cup 2007, that the citizens have to endure going without water for 4 months now, from July until now, no water. There seems to be no quick solution to the present situation, and no one can give us a definitive explanation for this water crisis. I want to use your medium to appeal to Mr. Cyprian Lansico, who is the representative, and the Prime Minister to do something, please. It's a horrible situation in Anse-la-Raye, and taxpayers are voters too. Which kind of brings you down to earth, you know, with all the razzle-dazzle and the blockholes and everything else. Underneath it all, the horror remains. Like I said some time ago, you know, if you don't want to ask the politicians to discuss issues, if you don't want to show them that you're not part of the foolishness of whoever is busing who to whatever things and the booze and what, if you want to support that, then you're supporting the idea of not having water right after elections for months. I was so mad a couple of weeks ago. I said, go ahead, jump in your election blockholes, whoever is putting them on. And after the elections, get ready to go back to your waterless holes, etc., etc. Sounds rough, but that's what you do. You don't demand that your politicians address issues. In fact, the politicians say, what's the point in talking about issues? People are coming out to enjoy themselves. So, you know, so if you don't hear them discussing water, if you don't hear them discussing the issues that ought to be discussed, well, you ask for it. Right now, what do you have going on? Problems at the hotels, people not getting their pay, people talking about unions, attempts at getting unionized, being rebuffed, etc., etc., etc. And I saw the Prime Minister on television, was it last night, saying that, hey, we passed the laws to protect you. There's not much more I can do. Of course, the Prime Minister invited this upon himself when he highly publicized his intervention in a work dispute with, what's the one up at, Junior, you want to help me out? That hotel on not Sandals. No, the one before that. Anyway, at a hotel, Junior, you didn't know that one, huh? The Wyndham, what's it called now? Aman. That's the one. Okay. The Prime Minister highly publicized his intervention, successful intervention, I might add, in that work dispute. So now, at every work dispute, the workers now want the Prime Minister to intervene. There's a lesson in that. Which brings me to this story about St. Lucia having ranked 27th, this 27th best place in all the world to do business. I mean, I heard that thing and I said, wow, that sounded great. And then I heard the politicians using it, you know, what a wonderful place St. Lucia was to do. Until I went and checked out, you know, what this was all about, only to find out that Singapore had made #1. Now, I was saying to someone, if, for example, we found ourselves 5th in all the world as a honeymoon destination, the 5th most popular, of course, everybody would be wondering, what do we have to do to be #1? And I imagine, if we are 27th best place in the world to do business, we should check out who is #1 and what is it #1 has that we don't have. I'll tell you some of the things. #1 is Singapore. And of course, the kind of government we have in Singapore is not the same government we have down here, same system, to say the least. You spit on the ground in Singapore, and you're in jail, which may not be a bad thing. But also in Singapore, there are no unions, wages are very low. You can get a license to operate your business, to establish a company within days, etc. In St. Lucia, well, we even have some, I can give you an idea of some of those things.